One of the most thrilling games of football you will see in some time. Complacency, yellow cards, and a game full of intensity. Two clubs going at it and one game-winning worldie. Welcome back to Joey's Vantage for my reaction to Newcastle versus Manchester United. With Newcastle's lack of performance of the last month, many thought Manchester United would be able to come away to St. James Park and put in a performance, but not the case. I think Newcastle dominated from the very get-go. They had the intensity, they had the pace, they really went at Manchester United, and you could really see it in the stats. You know, they pushed forward a lot. They had a lot more passes into the final third, and you could see it with their play. You know, they weren't backing down, although a bit of complacency in terms of, you know, their shots. They weren't really having the patience to really execute what they were trying to achieve. And then before the half, we see Ramsey get booked a second time, which means he went off with red for simulation, meaning he, flopped for an incident, which obviously put him down to 10 men. But then minutes later, obviously, Gordon got a penalty from a Bruno foul. He executed and they went one up, and you thought before the half, really good going into the half, down to 10 men. But no, Bruno puts in a cross to Casemiro off the free kick and he scores. And you thought, all right, Manchester United have equaled it up. Can they get the lead in the second half? And you thought with the refreshed Manchester United coming into the second half, you thought they'll go on to dominate. No, it was the other way around. Tonali, the engine, Joe Linton, the aggression. They kept up with a Manchester United side. And yes, Newcastle had like a low block. They had a lot more. I think they played a foot or two more behind the ball. But in terms of, their confidence, they weren't scared to push up on the counters. And Manchester United had so many opportunities to really nail a goal. And then, look, in the final minutes, Xerxes nearly smashes a worldie. And if it wasn't for Ramsdale in this game, he had made some massive saves. He came in for Nick Pope, and he really was a standout player today. And then it was William for Newcastle who scored the worldie, the game winner, and what a goal it was. Just curled it, smashed it in the back of the net. What a massive 3 points for Newcastle, and now this being Michael Carrick's first loss. Let me know below in the comments what you think of the game, and as always, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Joey's Vantage.